Hi, welcome to the Electric Motor GP show. My name is Nee and I'm going to be your usual host. Where we'll be reviewing the MG Cyberster today. The MG is a well-known British brand that went out of style for a while and got bought by the Chinese and has been brought back. It was originally launched in 1924, so this marks 100 years of MG this year. So as a gift to their consumers, MG has decided to bring back the Cyberstar. Now the Cyberstar is a fully electric two-seater Roadster, which has a very beautiful and sleek design. The exterior is very beautiful to look at. I've seen two specific colors that I've really liked. I've liked the cream and the red color. The exterior lighting is absolutely beautiful to look at as well. It does claim to have a top speed of 200 kilometers per hour and is capable of reaching 3.2 second, reaching 100 kilometers in 3.2 seconds. Let me fill you in on the details, the specs of the details while we look at it. It's an all-wheel drive car with two motors, a 150 kilowatts motor on the front and a 250 kilowatt on the rear, giving you a power output between 375 and 400 kilowatts, which is the equivalent of saying 533 horsepower. It produces 725 newton meters of torque, and like I mentioned earlier on, it's claimed to get to 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.2 seconds. The battery type is a 10 Henry lithium ion with a battery capacity of 77 kilowatt hours. Maximum AC charge rate is 11 kilowatts with a maximum DC charge rate of 144 kilowatts, which will give you approximately a charge time from 10 to 80% in about 30 minutes. It's got a WLTP driving range of 443 kilometers with an energy consumption WLTP of 19.1 kilowatt hours. The specs of the car, it's 4.535 centimeters in length and 1.913 centimeters in width and 1.329 centimeters in height. It has a 2.69 centimeter wheelbase with a curb weight of 1.985 kg and a gross vehicle mass of 2.21 kg. The boot is very interesting. One of the things MG decided to look at when creating the boot, that they wanted to make sure that it could fit a set of golf clubs. So while it wouldn't fit straight in diagonally, you can fit in a set of golf clubs into the car, and this is important for your typical Roadster buyers who are known to be golf enthusiasts. Jumping into the car through the very impressive scissor doors, you get a cockpit style driver's compartment, which has the infotainment system sitting across the driver. I have to be honest with you, this is the one thing about the car that I didn't really enjoy so much. The three screens, because it's got three screens across the front of it. Two of them are completely blocked out by the steering wheel, which makes access to the infotainment system a little bit awkward. Also, if you're sitting down in a comfortable position, which you've got a good ride height, you find out that the infotainment system also obscures your vision out of the car onto the road itself. That said, you can adjust the seats to get yourself sitting a little bit higher than you will find in most Roadsters, and which gives you a slightly better view. But this is one of the drawbacks I found with the car. The scissor doors also has a little bit of a drawback that I found, which is a good thing as well as a bad thing. It's got ultrasonic sensors on the doors, which means if there's someone standing in front of the car, the scissor doors will stop and will not open further until that person moves back. This is obviously to try and prevent the scissor doors coming into contact with people or into contact with structures which might damage the car itself. Unfortunately, the consequence of this is that you find yourself with a door that you're not able to get out of very conveniently. You also are not able to push open the doors or pull open the doors. You have to use buttons to open them, which means that access to the car is a little bit compromised, and you then find the only way to do that is to wait for the door to physically open for you to get out. That said, the car comes with a lot of safety equipment. It's got adaptive cruise control, autonomous emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, driver monitor status, emergency lane keep assist, front and rear parking sensors, hill start, intelligence cruise assist, lane departure warning. It comes standard with 20-inch wheels with a tire repair kit in the background. It's got Brembo front brake calipers, LED headlights, 6-way adjustable front sport seats, and a 2-way lumbar support. It's got heating seats as well with Alcantara artificial leather upholstery. The soft touches in the car are really beautiful to look at. It does come with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and dual zone climate. The second thing about the car that I found a little bit uncomfortable, which is the fact that the center console kind of partitions you from the other passenger in the car, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it does mean that the passenger in the car does not have easy access to the infotainment system, which can be a bit of an issue. It does have 4 drive modes: the Comfort, the Sport, Custom, and Super Sport. It's got launch control, which if you activate, does give you access to try and get to that 3.2 seconds. I haven't had the pleasure of test driving the Cyberster yet. I've been told that I possibly will be getting access to in the next 2 weeks, and I will be giving you content on the test drive when I do get access to it. The car comes in 5 exterior colors, all of which can be ordered, which is the gray, the white, which looks like a beige color than actually being white, the red, which I mentioned earlier on, the silver, and the red. There's also a yellow as well, which is really beautiful to look at. It gives you Lamborghini vibes when you look at it. Comparison, I did try to compare it to the 2012 Tesla Roadster, which is another beautiful car to look at, and I found that the interior of the Tesla Roadster, while not being as up to date as the Cyberster, was more ergonomical and more likely to be comfortable for the passenger in the car itself. Now, the other thing that I found very fantastic in this car was the retractable roof. It's got a very quick motor in it, and it retracts very quickly and very comfortably without causing you any discomfort or any hindrances at all. And it is also capable of of retracting while you're in motion. Unfortunately, the maximum speed which you are allowed to go before you can retract the car is 70 kilometers per hour. Anything beyond 70 kilometers per hour, the roof will not retract. The second thing I found that I really liked in the car is the positioning of the windscreen, which is raked backwards and provides adequate protection for your eyes and your face. Unfortunately, your hair is going to get mottled. Thankfully, I'm a bald guy, so that doesn't affect me so much. The tail lights are a bit polarizing, but I seem to like it. They're shaped like arrows, and they do come across as very interesting when you see the Cyberstar drive past. So the all important thing about that we've got to finally talk about with the MG Cyberstar is pricing. It's been priced at 115,000 Australian dollars before on-road cost, and by the time you put on-road cost, you're looking at just over $120,000, which is not a bad price for what you get. To put it into context, into context, the Tesla Roadster from 2012 was priced at between $80,000 and $120,000 in 2012, which is a comparable car to the MG Cyberster. Right now, the other comparable car will be the Porsche Taycan, which also has similar specs as the MG Cyberster, with the Porsche Taycan having 563 horsepower, with up to 750 horsepower in the Taycan Turbo S, with the Taycan also doing 0.0 to 100 in 3.5 seconds, with an estimated range of between 400 and 500 kilometers. So by comparison, the MG Cyberster is definitely a much more affordable car, and the information provided by the product manager I was speaking to at the Sydney EV show was that this was an intentional thing. The actual thought process that went into the design of the car and for the experience of the car and the pricing of the car was all about making sure the consumer comes first. Now, this does sound a little bit like an op-ed. It isn't. This is just what I was told, and given the price of what the alternatives to the Cyberstar looks like, I am in agreement with that. I am looking forward to test driving the car so I can give you more details about what the car looks like. Hopefully I also get to test drive it so I can test out the range and then give you feedback on the handling of the car itself. The one thing that the key things that I would like you to take away from this review is the styling is definitely it's definitely a beautiful car to look in. The interior could do better. The infotainment systems definitely are not great in the design that it is sitting in at the moment, and hopefully they will be able to sit down and see if they can make a facelift of the car at some point. The scissor doors are very beautiful to look at, and they do their job with the sensors protecting the door as well as the people that might be around the car. But it would also be helpful if there was access to opening the car doors yourself rather than completely waiting for the motorized technology to open the car for you. Hopefully, like I said, in the next 2 weeks I'll get to test drive the car, and I'll be able to give you a little bit more detail about what I think about the car. Thank you very much for spending time with me today, and if you've liked the content that we've provided, please hit like and subscribe. Your liking and subscribing will mean that we'll be able to give you more content. I am planning to put out about 5 or 6 videos in the next week or so. This includes videos on comparisons of the new Sea Lion 7 and the Xpeng G6, as well as the Xpeng Mona, and the Zeekr 7 and the Geely EX5. Thank you very much for your time today, and see you on the next one.